Local Marketing Guide, product and food reviews, the good, the not so good, and the downright horrible.
I'm Cari. We are here at the SLV Apothecary here in Alamosa in the San Luis Valley, Colorado. If you're not familiar, it's just a step away from the sand dunes. And we have a beautiful, about a mile away from the shop, we have a beautiful farm, community farm called the Rio Grande Farm Park, where we grow vegetables. I grow medicinal herbs on a quarter of an acre, and from my herbs I make a bunch of different medicine products. We have everything from tinctures to herbal tea blends and salves, a bunch of other local vendors as well. We have tumbleweed local bread, which is amazing. They use an artisan local wheat with a sourdough method. We also have Dove Herbal Consulting, Danielle, who offers herbal consulting for people, and we make custom teas with all of our local herbs. We have a pretty good selection of local herbs, and then we also have some non-local herbs that we purchase and then resell, the ones that we can't grow, or if we can't grow enough of it. So
it's getting ready to grow, right? The growing season.
Yeah, April is upon us. I thought today we'd focus on spring matters and seeds. So I know, Art, you were saying that you tell a lot of your friends, the importance of heirloom seeds. So what do you tell your friends?
Well, because I'm not a doctor, I haven't, got any degrees, so I have to give disclaimers, but I have engaged in the process of inquiry and done my investigations, and I know some things, and a few people know, but those who know don't tell, those who tell don't know type thing. But there's always an exception to the rule, and that's why we're here. And so seeds are very important, because most seeds today are either hybrid or genetically modified. It's hard to find good, God-made heirloom seeds. Now, what's the difference? Well, genetically, they're corrupt. I'm giving my opinion here. And first of all, let me put it like this: if a human being can't reproduce, there's something wrong with the human being, right? They're like
sterilized.
Yeah, your son is sterile, your daughter's sterile. Like, it's not good. And if a seed is hybrid or GMO, its ability to reproduce has been impaired dramatically.
Right.
And you can Google that, ask a doctor, ask, whoever.
Like a hybrid squash, for instance, sometimes you'll get the plant and you'll garden all year, you'll water it, and it won't produce. Another thing that will happen is it can be like, it will produce like a weird, unedible, deformed kind of
monstrosity.
Yeah, like Franken squash. Yeah, because, and I didn't know about, like, even like being a gardener, I didn't know a lot about heirloom seeds and what. I think one thing that's really important to note and know about and research is open pollinated seeds. So if you are buying seeds, even if it's organic, a lot of times it can say F1. So if it says F1 on the end of a variety, for instance, it'll say acorn squash F1. F1 means it's hybrid. So it's something just to note, and like we're saying, like, it's hard because then it impairs you to collect your own seeds, and that takes away a lot of your liberty, because then you're having to buy seeds all the time. So it's so valuable to have plants that produce seeds that are viable, so that we can collect our seeds, because then we're creating generations and generations of better genetics, that plant is now adapted to this region, to this climate, to this sunshine, blah, 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 blah. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like, for example, it's coriander, right?
Yep, that one is coriander, so cilantro.
Yeah, you got something like this, you got all the health benefits of the seed, the plant, detoxing. Dude, it tastes amazing, good spice, good herb.
Mm-hmm.
My head.
It pulls heavy metals out of your body.
And and if it's, genetically pure, why would you want something from Ace Hardware or Monsanto? It's just,
Yeah.
that you're going to have to go buy anyway next year.
Right, and then like when you're not collecting your seeds or not buying local seeds, you're getting some from the East Coast, from all over the world, so they're not adapted
to your environment,
to their region. Not to say that you can't grow them, you can still, but it's just good, it's just good measure if you can, or if you have the ability to buy local seeds within your region. It's a really good thing to do.
Yeah, and then what would we got here? What's these?
So we have these. So I brought a couple that we sell from Jesus Flores, who's the manager at the farm park. So a lot of the farm park farmers grow fava beans. In Spanish, they say haba beans. And the habas are absolutely beautiful. They have these white flowers with little black eyes on them. They grow beautifully here. These have been grown here for probably 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus is an amazing farmer. He does a great job. You do have to have a certain way you dry these. You can't. Usually, I dry all the herbs in dark. You don't want direct sunlight on your herbs because you lose a lot of the vitamins and minerals. You sun bleach them. But with these, you do have to dry them in the sun.
Yeah.
Certain beans and stuff. So the other one we have by Jesus is the coriander ones, the cilantro. So we talked about those. These make also good microgreens if you want to make microgreens. And we're sipping on some amazing nettles fennel tea.
It's refreshing.
Yeah.
Almost like cucumber water.
Yeah, it's actually kind of light.
Yeah, you don't drink it too hot and it's just...
Mm-hmm. So one that I love is Calendula resina officinalis. Calendula is a beautiful, bright orange. Actually, if you could grab the calendula, bring it over here for us. Bright sun energy, and just being around the planet makes you happy. You do have to harvest like in the middle of the day, so it's hot and there's like bees around. I try not to pick where the bees have gone. Oh, I got a calendula chamomile that made it in there. So it's a really beautiful flower. And this one grows really easy. I love the seeds for this. The seeds for the calendula are nice for one thing because they're larger than most herb seeds. Most herb seeds are very, very small.
They got a pretty shape.
Yeah, they have a beautiful shape. It's kind of this really nice curl, and they're very easy to harvest. The seed heads, after the flowers go to seed, they form these seed heads like this. You grab them, they pop right off. You get sometimes 20 to 50 seeds per head, so it's very seed productive. I kind of have hordes of it. I don't know what I did with that box, so we got a little up close of the seeds. And for anybody's garden, it's a flower. You can use the petals in salads. You can make a salve. You can make soaps. You can use it in teas. It's good for the lungs. It's good for the skin. It's kind of one of those all around everything plants.
Yeah, we covered a little bit of soil, seeds, but the calendula, you said, attracts bees.
Yeah.
Bees are really important these days because you know, I walk around in Stockton and I see dead bees on the ground all the time. You know, and my conspiracy theory friends say, oh, the chemtrail is killing the bees, whatever. But, you know, bees are important, you know.
They're very important. And there are a lot of pesticides that are killing them. Yeah. So I don't even think it's any kind of conspiracy theory. Yeah. They're definitely being poisoned by the toxicity of all the agriculture.
Yeah, the environment is toxic. So yeah, we can get into an hour-long conversation about how the world's becoming unsustainable. But, you know, flowers like calendula help promote bees.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And just a little bit you can do. You know, we can't change the world, you know, instantly, but we can do our part in our little world. For me, calendula, it's one of my happy herbs. It just makes me happy. There's some. It's like some people, you know, they look at gold and it makes them happy. Yeah. I look at calendula. It's my gold. You know. Yeah.
Dandelions, calendula, just put you on cloud nine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's definitely one of the #1 seed producers. So that's why I wanted to make sure talk about that one. Another one of the top seed producers that I highly recommend growing is plantain. This is not the banana-looking plantain from South America. It is plantain, the herb, also known as Plantago major is the botanical name. And this one produces thousands of seeds. They're very, very small. You're probably not going to be able to see. They grow in like a rod. There's a rod that comes up, and it produces thousands of seeds, at least hundreds per rod. So this is one of the rods. And then you get these very, very, very tiny. See that? That's very, very tiny seed right there. Those. So I use this as a cover crop. So it helps. Cover crops are really good to, you know, help with the soil health, and because you don't want bare naked soil, right?
You know, I know you don't grow wheat or hemp or salad here, but, you know, while we're on the topic of soil and soil health, hemp is, you know, really, really, really beneficial to the soil.
Definitely.
You know, so
yeah. Like changing the soil over.
Yeah, I mean, well, hemp is a huge producer of phytosterols, which is plant cholesterols, which helps produce testosterone. You know, so just basically beefs up your garden. So, do you grow any hemp in the garden over there?
We don't grow any hemp. I think there is like what's the word? You know, there's a stigma people see, especially like we're right on the highway, and people would think that we're growing marijuana, which we're
tear apart your.
Yeah, because like we're you know, we have a kids garden. It's very family oriented, so we just don't want to. People, because there's a lot of people that don't understand the THC percentage. Yeah, you know,
like as beneficial as hemp is, not marijuana or cannabis, but hemp.
Yeah, I'm really interested in hemp as a building product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like while we're on the topic of plants, hemp is an amazing plant.
It is.
You know, like the male plant is loaded with, again, phytosterols, which is just super beneficial for men and women. It's good for the environment, good for the soil. Good for the plants. It keeps away pests. And it makes you wonder, why is there such stigma against it? Why is there such a big misunderstanding? Yeah. Because we go to school and learn stuff, but we don't learn how to balance our checkbook or the benefits of hemp,
Right. And, I mean, I think part of it's misunderstanding. Part of it's people they're associating it with like politics. Yeah. When it's a plant, you know, and it grows amazingly fast. It has amazing nutrients. The seeds are really good. We do sell hemp seeds, and we do have Cloud Co. CBD.